Hello, welcome to the new Left Unity Slate website. First of all, we have the old pages. Here's for the Left Unity Slate 2024. We can scroll down, we can see all the candidates. You can see it's properly responsive. It'll work on cell phones. That's really important because most voters are now on cell phones. We can click into the candidates. We can click into two of them. Basically, it's a template. Everybody ends up looking the same. Aaron, William Patterson. The 2024 site had a lot of text, and so in order to keep people engaged, we have right at the top here, we have tiny images of all of the candidates. You can, again, click into their pages. We have the logos of the two parties. We can click into their pages. But what people really want to see is they want to see the 2026 pages. So let's click into the top and click into the 2026 pages. Here we can scroll down. Since we don't have much text, we didn't need the little icons of all the images of all the voters. We can properly responsive. I added Sean Doherty. It wasn't quite clear to me if he was in the Left Unity Slate or not. But what I really liked is his quote, "For the many, not the money." So everybody here has their little quote of what their position is. Kind of when you read them all, it goes like, what a great group. The interesting thing about this is it's end users can log in and edit their content. So if we're like at the state party level, we can see all of the candidates, and we can go in and we can edit their content. Here you have person's name, Alice Steck, translatable content, description. There's some more WYSIWYG editors you can edit. You've got all the candidate info, what office, what their ballot statement is, which jurisdiction they're in, political party, on ballot, and endorsed. When the elections happen, what we can do is we can add two more fields here, one for how many people voted in the election, in that particular election, and what percentage of the vote they got. And that way on election night, every candidate can enter their own information from their own precincts, and the next morning we'll know exactly how the entire Left Unity Slate did. There's a whole connection. How do you all the social media? The website's the most important, but let's stop at the bottom. Start at the bottom. Well, you can enter your phone number if you want, and it'll display. Of course, you have to pay for that. Email, you may not realize it, but there's actually an email cartel. There's kind of a limited number of email people who share emails, and you have to pay money to them if you don't want your emails to be listed as spam. Instagram is run by oligarch Mark Zuckerberg. YouTube is run by the Google oligarchs. Facebook group and Facebook page are also run by the Mark Zuckerberg oligarch. Twitter ID is funded by Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Musk is the face. Not surprising that they censor climate change information so strongly and have so much Nazi content in there. TikTok ID, it used to be controlled by China, and there was some good information about the U.S. politics, but unfortunately it's about to be bought by oligarch Larry Ellison. What the progressive parties really should be doing is using open source social media. So Mastodon is a clone of Twitter. It's open source. You can run your own server. There is no centralized server under any one person's control. Everybody can run their own server. There are lots of servers out there. The software is controlled by a nonprofit German organization. So I do encourage everyone to get off of corporate social media and onto open source social media. We really need to be pushing for that. So there's a submit button. You can edit all of those. You can submit it. Let's go back up to the candidates. So here we have all the candidates. We can give individual candidates permission to edit their content and only their content. You can also go in, you can see the logo. In this case, they're the images of the candidates. So you can delete that and replace it with a different image if the candidate doesn't like it. Let's see how we're doing. If we go up to root, view, we can see the different options. There's actually a to-do page. Software is pretty much done. There's a lot of data to be done still, testing and commenting, so all your feedback is most appreciated. Thank you. Have a lovely day.